quiet maid dared to speak at the gala. Her words changed the town. She moved like a shadow, unseen, unheard, always in the background, sweeping past crystal chandeliers, silver trays, and whispered conversations. The gala at Marrowridge Estate was the grandest of the year, a place where diamonds sparkled brighter than the truth, and names were more valuable than character. And yet she was there, a maid in pressed black and white, carrying wine glasses and secrets. What no one at the gala knew, what not even the head butler had ever guessed, was that this quiet maid had once lived in silence not by choice, but by circumstance. 2 winters ago, she had slept in abandoned railcars outside the city limits. A fire took everything. Family, home, even her voice. For months, trauma made it impossible to speak above a whisper. Now, she lived in the servant quarters of the estate, her days spent polishing silver, her nights writing in a worn leather notebook no one had seen. She had learned to become invisible. Until the night everything changed. The gala was in full swing. Politicians, bankers, influencers, they all danced beneath gold ceilings and toasted to futures that didn't include people like her. Then came the moment of the night. The host took the stage to present an award for civic advancement. That's when the microphone glitched. Static. Silence. Then chaos. Amid the confusion, someone jokingly said, "Let the help say a few words." Laughter followed, the kind that cuts. And then, something no one expected, she stepped forward. Not out of pride, but purpose. Her hands shook, her voice cracked, but her words landed like thunder. "You speak of honor, of legacy," she said quietly, "but you step over the ones who clean your floors. You drink from glasses we polish, eat food we serve, and yet you never see us." Not really. The room went still. Forks froze midair. "I once lived outside your gates," she continued. "In the dark. In the cold. I watched this estate from afar, thinking maybe kindness lived inside. Tonight, I see it's just as hungry out here as it is out there." Gasps rippled through the guests. The host stepped forward to take the mic, but she wasn't done. She spoke of the staff who hadn't been paid overtime in months, of the gardener who died without health care, of the chef who raised her sister's children alone. She said their names, told their stories. One by one, masks fell. But something else happened, too. In a corner of the room, an older woman lowered her champagne. Her eyes locked onto the maid's face with recognition. She whispered to the man beside her, and he paled. The woman knew the truth. Years ago, a trust had been set aside in a forgotten will, an inheritance for the daughter of a disinherited family line. The daughter disappeared after a fire, presumed dead. But now she stood on stage, in uniform, holding the entire town's attention. By morning, news of the speech spread like wildfire. Clips were posted. Blogs lit up. The headline read, "Maid turns gala into awakening, hidden truths exposed." People demanded to know who she was. But her name wasn't listed on any staff roster. No social media. No public records under her current alias. Days later, the estate was audited. Half the staff quit in solidarity. A crowdfunding campaign for workers raised over $2 million in 48 hours. Then came the letter, signed by a royal legal office. Inside, confirmation. DNA had matched. She wasn't just the maid. She was heir to the very estate that once ignored her pain. But the twist? She declined the fortune. Instead, she established a foundation using the backdated inheritance, funding education, shelter, and health care for domestic workers across the region. And then she vanished again. Some say she now writes anonymously. Others believe she teaches under a different name. No one really knows. But her words remain, etched in marble at the estate's entrance, now open to the public. Sometimes, the quietest voice holds the weight of every story left untold.